2007 was a pretty good year for FPS games. Halo 3, Call of Duty 4 and Bioshock being standout ones for me. But today we're going to be looking at another FPS from that year that isn't going to blow you away, but is interesting enough, I think, for me to bring it to your attention. Welcome to the channel everyone, and welcome to my review of Timeshift. Released in 2007, Timeshift is a sci-fi FPS game developed by Saber Interactive, getting ports for the PlayStation 3, PC and the Xbox 360. That's the version you're seeing for this review. So, what's the story here then?
The entire building has collapsed, and it was on top of a huge underground facility. This might be the cause of our citywide power outage.
We play a guy named Michael Swift, who's been employed by the government to test pilot a super suit named Beta and go back in time to stop a mad scientist called Crone, who also has a suit he stole called Alpha, giving him the ability to go back to 1939 and become a dictator. At first, this story arc really intrigued me. One man jumping back through time to stop another from changing the past, therefore affecting the future. Very Terminator inspired for sure. But unfortunately this is as good as it gets. I mean, there is a few flashback cutscenes showing how Dr. Crone got in and stole the Alpha suit, but nothing that adds to the story or pushes it forward. So very thin and disappointing. So if you were looking for a deep story here, it's not going to happen. Don't worry though, as the gameplay definitely makes up for it. Timeshift wastes no time dropping you into the action, where you will need to make your way through this rain-drenched, war-torn town to rendezvous with a group of uprising soldiers that will help you take down Crone and his troops, and more importantly, this is where you'll receive your first gun. At first I was just running through firefights just like any other FPS, gunning down anyone in my way, as I didn't see any reason to use the suit yet. But then the game got tougher, a little further in, so I gave it a shot, and man, is this a game changer. The way it works is you can manipulate time in 3 different ways. By pressing LB and then hitting the assigned face button, you can rewind, fast forward and pause time, giving you the edge in combat. I was really impressed at how balanced this system works. You're not able to just spam the suit powers, as it has a cooldown system and takes around 10 seconds for the suit to recharge, so you really need to use the powers wisely in the heat of battle. I found myself using pause the most in combat, as you're able to stop big groups of soldiers at once, then throw a grenade or fire a rocket into them, unpause and watch them get blown to bits. It's so cool. Rewind is literally a lifesaver for when your health is low. The game uses a regenerating health system, so yeah, if you time it right, you can rewind to the moment your health was full again, and trust me, Timeshift can get brutal at times, so rewind is your friend. I didn't find any use for the fast forward option in combat, but it was handy when dealing with some environmental puzzles. They're very simple, you know, pause time to get through some fire vents, or fast forward time to rebuild a broken environment, clearing the path for you, that sort of thing. They're not very interesting, but do break up the action sections for a break. If I had to pick a favourite puzzle, it's got to be this laser one. It was very cool working out when to pause time and when to run, getting through them. Timeshift is a linear game for most of its playthrough, with a handful of semi-open levels mixed in. You'll make your way through 24 stages. Most of them are nothing special when it comes to their level design. War-torn towns, forest and woodland, warehouses and factories are all here, but they all look so dull and uninteresting to fight through. And sometimes this level design ruins the best bit about the game, the combat. Let me explain. The linear levels are fast and frantic, shooting bad guys up in stylish ways with your time manipulation options in tight areas is amazing. But when you're fighting in these semi-open areas, it's no longer fun and just feels like any other generic shooter from that time period. Enemies are so spread out and sniping from high ground that it's pointless trying to use the time manipulation options, so you just hide somewhere and pick them off. I really don't understand why the devs thought open levels were a good idea when your game is based around a really fun time mechanic that works best in linear areas. Whenever I get to a semi-open stage, I just roll my eyes. Sorry about the rant, so rant over, but it's just frustrating, as for the most part, the combat is awesome. Something I was impressed with was Timeshift's graphics. All the environments and character models look really nice for 2007 standards, and there's some nice weather effects going on, and the explosions and gore effects are very impressive indeed. Sound effects are decent for the guns, environments. All the sounds are pretty on par, to be fair, and it all gives you a good experience. Timeshift has 3 difficulties. I played on normal and the game was reasonably difficult, so a good challenge if you want to go on the harder difficulties. My playthrough took me roughly 8 hours for me to finish Timeshift, so a decent length for an FPS game. Time for my final thoughts. The Xbox 360 is one of my favourite consoles for playing FPS games, and if you've played all the big hitters on the system like me, but are looking for another one to play to scratch that shooter itch, Timeshift could be the game you're looking for. When it all clicks with the combat and time mechanics, this game can be a great time, but it may not be for everyone, so give it a go and see what you think. If you enjoyed this review, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel, and feel free to leave a comment, as I always enjoy reading your thoughts. Thanks for watching everyone, and I'll see you all on the next one.
Are you crazy? The suit's not ready! Come on, man! We've got